anything at all.
Okay. I've hit the go live button. So it's live now.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing it.
Yep. Have you got sound too?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm just going to cut to Zoom now, just so very quickly, because if that's working, then we're good to go.
No, make a.
So I am cutting to Zoom now. I've got it up on my big TV as well, so
We still just be.
Let's pin us both. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining in early.
it's quite a long lag, apparently.
Please take your seats. The show will begin at 8 o'clock.
Okay,
Did that come through?
it's come through.
It's on a freeze frame here.
Yeah, it seems to be a bit stuck. Don't know
How
why.
much lag? How much lag? Do you know? Can you find out how much you got lag? Between
Listen,
the
it
time I say
it doesn't really matter because we'll have to just play with the lag as it goes. So
one,
let's not
two,
worry about it.
3, 4.
My biggest concern right now is that it's just kind of frozen a bit. Don't understand.
It's
Yeah,
not
I see.
totally frozen. I'm looking at it on the website here, and it's not totally frozen. It's just kind of one frame every 10 seconds.
All right.
Not ideal. I don't know
One frame
whether
every
that's
10
just.
seconds. We're in trouble. And the sound is still going through. The sound is quicker than the image.
How can the sound? Oh, well, it's not so much quicker as the image is not updating very often. Maybe it just needs to settle in.
Maybe it does.
Yeah, that's
So I'm going to go back to the holding page and see if just a transition will jog it.
Oh, look, Matt has arrived.
Oh, it looks better now. Yeah, the transition has drugged it. It's working better.
Cool. I've just made Matt co-host.
We are.
Am I doing the door as well, or just Matt?
Well, I thought someone's doing door and someone else is doing, spotlighting, pinning.
I'll do that.
Okay. I did ask people to rename themselves the name of their film, but you can't.
But anyway, we are all co-hosts because I do have the door as well here on my page.
Okay, I've just changed the ratio a bit, but I don't want to have the chat in
Carolina
here.
Diaz, is that a filmmaker or somebody?
No.
I'm going,
Yeah, but you don't let
going
them
back
out.
to the going back to the holding page. Okay.
It's just a very eager person.
Regarding the raffle, I will need to get some physical address for the winners. So I guess the best place is not the Zoom chat.
Simon McLennan is in the waiting room. He's a filmmaker.
Okay, let him in then, I guess.
Okay.
He's bright and early.
We're not. Is this coming through on the? Adam,
No, I've got the holding page. I've got the holding page now.
I can hear our voices coming through on the live over the holding page.
Oh, really? Okay, let me turn the max down then. Okay, Ben. Ben, you're live. Ben. Ben, you're live. Ben, you're live.
Oh, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening and welcome to Exploding Cinema. Yay, hooray. I can hear you all cheering in your different parts of the world. This is, oh my God, this is I think it's our eighth or ninth online show that we've done since the whole what have you started last year. I believe our first one was in May of last year. And we've carried on all throughout the global thingamajiggy. And we carried on doing shows online, spreading the online amazing short films, the independent short films submitted to us. And suddenly we have a global audience, which is bloody amazing because we're just about ready to finish these online shows, or at least this particular run of online shows, because next month this show is going to actually land back into the real world with a screening at the Cinema Museum on October 30th. And after that, December 4th, we're doing another one. Yep, we are lugging the boxes again next month. Woohoo, yay. And but until then, this is going to be a very significant online show because this is our kind of like, well, let's hope it's the, should we say, the last of the epidemic films, film shows, at least for a little while until the next horrific virus hits us and we're all indoors again. In which case, we'll just pick up where we left off. And luckily, you lovely people have been sending us an awful lot of films, and we have our post bag is showing no signs of getting any smaller. And of those films, 12 will be shown tonight. Our post bag has yielded these 12 films. Now, we show every single film that we are sent at Exploding Cinema. Not one film ever sent to us that's under 20 minutes has ever been rejected. We will show everything. We are a completely open access screening. We're a bit like if you sign out of YouTube and then just hit randomize. You know, just you don't know what you're going to get. And we don't know what we're going to get when people send us stuff. I'm very pleased to say that some of the filmmakers are here tonight in the Zoom room. And if you want to join us in the Zoom room, go to our website, explodingcinema.org, look for the next show page, and there's a link there to get onto the Zoom room, where you can hang out and maybe even ask a question or two of the filmmakers after their films have shown. We'll see. Maybe you can also get involved in the raffle, which will be during the interval tonight. And I see a whole bunch of people just entered the Zoom room. Fantastic. The room is filling up. I can already feel the energy. And if you would like to comment, our YouTube page that if you're watching this on the YouTube page, on the Exploding Cinema YouTube page, we will be monitoring those comments and perhaps replying to one or two of them. And before we go into the first film tonight, because we've got, as I said, we've got a whole variety of films to show, I'd like to introduce the crew. And on tech tonight is our very own Adam Hodgkins. And Adam, I don't know if you want to pin yourself. I'll do it for you. Here we are. Adam, thank you for doing tech tonight.
That's okay.
It was a big learning curve for all of us, this OBS business, but I think we've acquitted ourselves as well as middle-aged guys can.
Fingers crossed.
Yes, fingers crossed. Anyway, on sort of maintaining order in the Zoom room is Matt Lloyd here.
Hello, I'm here. I'd just like to say this is our 11th online show, Ben.
11? Oh my goodness.
It's the 11th hour.
Wow. Matt will be spotting people. You'll be acting as the sort of the TV producer, the Zoom honcho.
Just by Charles Bronson.
Just like Charles Bronson.
Duncan.
Okay.
And on door tonight, which of course is a bit of a metaphorical door, but it's door anyway. It's the door to the Zoom room. It's David VA, sometimes missing a head. Hello, David. David. You can see David live when we do our live shows. We'll be doing a lot more than door. Any other exploders in the house?
Yeah, Duncan's just in.
Duncan. Yes. Well,
there,
should we...
there he is, Duncan. I've just pinned him.
There we go. Hello, Duncan. This is Duncan Reiki, one of the oldest, longest-running members of the Exploding Cinema.
No, just
collector.
oldest.
Just oldest. Okay.
Yeah.
Not the hardest working, but the oldest. But the oldest. Anyway, all right. So that's us.
We defer to your elderly wisdom, Duncan.
Obviously,
Well done.
forgotten how to speak.
Yes.
Unless we. Oh, I see. It says connecting. Doug is connecting to audio and can't hear you yet. Well, that sounds about normal if we were in live in front of him. Anyway, all right. So that's the crew tonight, and some of the filmmakers here. We'll be seeing all the filmmakers. Well, some of the filmmakers, as the evening goes by. But I'd like to thank all the filmmakers for turning up, and I hope you enjoy each other's films, and as much as we'll enjoy yours. So let's kick off. Let's start our show. The first film tonight is a music video called The Falling Wind by a band called Solid Birds Flying. And the filmmaker and guitar and vocalist Simon McLennan is here. So we'll have a little chat with him afterwards. So Adam, if we're ready, let's
we're good to
kick
go.
into the first film, The Falling Wind.
This wind's got a name. They call it the falling wind. It cuts like thick dust into bright chunks and falls like a carpet of gloom between velvet walls. A thick flock flick flack and the other winds got holes. Leaves carried and swirling. It's a vampire containing all. Another blanket full of fruit. All of the parts contained in the now. This wind's got a name. They call it the falling wind. It cuts like thick dust into bright chunks. It falls like a carpet of gloom between velvet walls.
just finished for me.
Okay, Ben.
We're on. Yes. The Falling Wind, music and video by Simon McLennan. Is Simon Simon is here?
Ben.
Yes. Simon, let's unmute you. We'll get it together. Simon, I think, can you hear me now?
Yep.
Hey. Oh, brilliant. So did you direct the video and do the song?
I did. It was a case of, yeah, it was all my own work, pretty much.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
It was such, I love music. I think the most successful music videos are the ones that have one simple idea and just make it their own. And I think you really succeeded on that level. It was it was irresistible watching.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a case of finally coming up with an idea that was very simple, that was achievable over a period of time, very easy to shoot on the iPhone. But I did shoot that over a period of months, mainly in Brighton with people that I know and also people I just happened to meet in cafes, and a little bit in New Cross. I was working up in New Cross and a little bit at the Furtherfield Gallery up in North London. There was an opening. But yes, it was a labour of love, and it was nice to find something quite enigmatic that would put something on that song which is in itself quite enigmatic lyrics, that would perhaps hopefully give it some kind of twist.
Yeah, I thought the visuals and the music really paired well. Had that kind of like mystical feeling, and the fact that you ran everything backwards as well. I think, of course, that gives it that that otherworldly feel. That was my next question was what you shot it on and how many frames a second. I'm a camera geek, so like I'm interested technically how much slower than reality was that?
Yeah. Well, it was shot at 4 times speed on the iPhone. So the iPhone does very good slow motion, 120 frames per second. And then I just had to be quite careful editing it, that I then converted it to 24 frames a second playback. So, and of course, I don't really like the iPhone that much, but it's a very handy device because if you've got it in your pocket and you've got enough space on there, then you can just shoot something on the cuff like that.
Yeah, you just go around with an iPhone and a pack of cards. And
exactly.
There you go.
Yeah, that's right.
Great idea. I'd like to just open it out to the Zoom room. We try and accept questions on YouTube, comments on Zoom room chat box, and I guess what people can wave. Is that right, Matt? And you can monitor that. Oh, Matt's muted.
I don't see anybody waving though at the moment.
Well, I've only just told them it's possible. I mean, not possible, but that we are sort of, we try and replicate the we try.
He's looking for a big he's want to ask a question, I guess.
Yeah, we try and replicate the live show experience by having a very sort of like badly run Q&A session with the audience.
Okay, Marty is live.
Can we pin Marty?
Hello. I didn't have a question actually. It was just when you said people can wave, so I waved and then.
Okay.
Okay, that's cool, Marty. It's nice to be waved at.
Okay. All right. Well, and any exploders have a question for Simon?
I really like the idea of the cards and the kind of chance element that you brought in. I must admit, I was concentrating more on the images and less on the song, which is probably counterintuitive with a music video. But Was that an element in the song? Okay, that I missed.
No, no. Apart from a couple of coincidences, the fact that the song's called "The Falling Wind." The second line is they call it "The Falling Wind," and at that moment, of course, there's going to be a playing card falling in the frame. And generally speaking, I think it's those kind of coincidences that make magic. That's the way I work as a filmmaker.
Lightning in a bottle.
Carry on. Yeah, I'm sometimes a little bit reticent, being both a filmmaker and a musician. I'm very serious about both. And there is a danger sometimes when you've got quite a powerful image that it supersedes the music and the lyrics. But I think that's okay. But as you say,
I don't think it necessarily takes away,
No.
because I was definitely listening to the music and so forth, and the occasional word was coming in, but I was looking at my big TV and concentrating more on the image rather. But yeah, no, I think it worked very nicely. And as Ben said, the best music videos just have a single idea and they run with it, and that's what you did there, which is great.
Thank you. Yeah, yeah. I'm glad it's landed with you. That it's made an impression. Yeah.
Absolutely great. All right. Well, thank you very much, Simon, for sending us that and for talking to us.
It's a pleasure.
It's all ours. Anyway, so let's get on to the next film, and I'm happy to say the filmmakers here too. It's Brush Your Teeth by Nadia Babu. Hello.
Okay, Ben. Okay, Ben.
That was Brush Your Teeth by Nadia Babu. Nadia, are you here? Let's get Nadia pinned. I can see you on the in the room.
Yes, hello, can you hear me?
Hey, yes, can hear you.
Hello.
Can you
Hello,
hear us?
everyone. Yes, I can hear you. As you can see,
Yes,
I'm
everyone's-
here
we're all-
with my main character.
Yes, you're
That's life size. That's impressive.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yes.
yes, we're having a good time.
It was a very, I mean, if you pardon the expression, it was a very sweet film.
Thank you.
I
Yes,
thought-
yes.
Boom, boom.
Boom, boom, yes. So you're into animation. How
Yes.
was this? Was this like something you'd made as part of a project, like for a school or something, or a film, or or was it just sort of like off your own bat?
Well, this was a personal project, but most of the people who helped me and worked on it with me were friends and former classmates from my MA in filmmaking. We had already graduated by that point, but this was a project that I started after we had finished with the course. So yeah, it was quite a collaborative thing. Lots of people helped me. They helped me build the set. They helped me with the cinematography. My friend Sarah did the sound effects, the voice of the tooth, which I think is very funny. And she also built one of the sets almost by herself. So there was a lot of hard work from a lot of friends. And yeah, I think it came out quite well considering it was very, very, very low budget. And it was my first time doing the stop motion film. So I had no idea what I was doing. It was just kind of learning as we went along.
Sure. Did you shoot it on like a DSLR camera or something like that?
Yes,
or?
yes. We shot on DSLR Canon cameras.
Okay, right. What? How long was did it take you to shoot the whole thing?
Well, it's hard to say because there are two sets in the film, and between the two scenes, I caught chickenpox, and I was ill for quite a while at the time. So it was interrupted. So I can't say exactly what the shooting time was, but it did last several months, the whole process of making the models, making the set. I think that was actually the lengthiest part of the whole thing. It was just building the set and building the models, whereas the actual shoot, it wasn't that long.
Okay. And Adam mentioned earlier about the scale of it. What was the actual scale of the pieces? Like say the teeth.
So the teeth are about this tall. The teeth are about this tall, and the set is basically a storage box about this size.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And basically two sides of it are cut off, and then the other two sides are reinforced with foam board. The bottom was reinforced with wood. The furniture is either Barbie furniture or stuff we made from scratch. The door was made from scratch. This little table was made from scratch. Yeah, it was all either an effort of sort of scavenging different bits or making things ourselves.
Right. Did you storyboard the whole thing first?
Yes, I
like on
storyboarded
paper
it. I storyboarded it, and then I did an animatic with it, with the drawings, and then I started working on the actual practical thing. And I had actually made a different version of this ages ago, kind of like just like a quick 2D cartoon that I had drawn, because I have like a very long-standing phobia of dentists. So this was something that had been in my head for a long time. Going to a dentist is a horrific experience for me. So that's how I thought of making a sort of dental themed horror movie, but like a cute, funny one.
Yeah. Have you done any since? Any more animations since then?
Yeah, I've done quite a few films since then. I've done another stop motion, which was about a teacher. It's a sort of documentary about a teacher from when I was a schoolgirl, and so I built a little classroom set. And now I'm gonna start doing another one, which is about basically the London housing market and ghosts. So I'm gonna build a little tiny flat. I got all these basically Barbie-sized kitchen furniture that I spray painted, and then I'm gonna build some other things. And this is the part of the process that I like the most. I like the most building the thing and thinking about what I'm gonna buy, what I'm going to modify, what I'm going to put together. And then when the film is done, I can't look at it anymore because I spent too much time working on it.
Sure. Have you had any other screenings, like festivals or anything?
So
like that?
this film was shown at 2 festivals in my home country, which is Romania, 2 short film festivals back home. And then some of my other films, they were shown a lot more in my home country than in the UK. I've had a showing at the Feminist Film Festival in London once with a short that was actually shown at at my previous Exploding Cinema participation, I think. So it's not, I don't think I will be
Was that a live Exploding Cinema or one of
it
our
was another online one.
another online? Okay.
It was an
Oh.
That was Smile in the last show, wasn't it?
Yes,
Yes.
yes,
Smile.
yes. That's the one. That's the one.
Right.
That was a hand drawn one, as
Yeah.
opposed to.
Yeah, very nice it was too.
Okay. Thanks, Matt. Anyone else have any questions for Nadia before we let her go? How do we do this?
Nadia, do you keep all the models, or do you just throw them in the bin like the guy from Campbell?
Well, I did keep them. I did keep the little teeth. I kept the puppet from my teacher film. The set kind of deteriorated over time, and so different bits of it, I kind of took them out, and I will recycle this so far actually, but I can't keep the sets because they take too much space. But I keep the characters. Yeah.
Cool. Great. All right. Well, Nadia, thank you very much for
Thank you.
for showing the film, and show us another, because now we're starting some live shows soon. So definitely send us another one for those.
Will do.
Okay.
Maybe come along to a real life show as well.
Yeah, that would be nice. Yeah, to see my cartoons on a big screen, on a proper big screen.
Absolutely, yeah.
Cool. Anyway, let's get on to the next film. It's part 3 of some films that have been sent to us in the past. So if you've been watching us our shows, you'll be familiar with the work of Dennis Skatchedub. But if not, don't worry, you can just get right into it. And it's a 3-parter, part 3 of a 3-parter about a bird sanctuary. And this episode's called Predators. So sounds exciting. Adam, let's see Predators by Dennis Skatchedub.
Okay, Ben. Okay, Ben. Ben.
Are we back?
Yeah, we're back. Ben, we're back.
Hey, we're back. We're back with Dennis. Bird Sanctuary, episode 3, Predators. Where is Dennis?
He's pinned.
Hello.
Is he? Hello,
Yep.
Dennis.
Well, I usually make videos during concerts, and because of the pandemic, there was no concerts, so I had to find something to shoot. And I guess I was inspired by David Attenborough in a way, but their quality is obviously a lot better than mine.
Well, they
written on an iPhone.
yeah, but they camp out in ghillie suits for days, you know. So getting hours and hours of footage that never makes it into the David Attenborough just for those, you know, few seconds.
Yeah.
So
Dennis, I got a question. Do I recognize the fox in this film?
Yeah, it was from your film.
I thought so.
I usually get videos from online as well. And I try to make collages from videos and try to make DIY cinema, I guess. So all methods are good for me.
It's good to see my fox getting another airing.
Fox gets about a bit. It's got its own agent now. So what gave you the idea to sort it out into like an actual Predators film? Like to of all the stuff you filmed, that's the delineation. You have your Predators.
I think they're rare to spot predators. There are less predators than other types of animals. So I think there is some kind of special allure to these animals. Foxes and cormorants, and I don't know if you've noticed, but there was a dog in the beginning. You could only hear that it was a pug. I'm not sure if you can call a pug a predator, but certainly it's meat.
Technically, it could probably kill a wounded mouse, maybe. I saw that you included a goose in there.
Yeah.
Are geese predators?
No, but it was very dramatic.
Geese get a very bad rap, I've noticed. Online, people say geese are utter bastards.
Yeah, that was an Egyptian goose, wasn't it?
They're very dangerous.
You're right. It is an Egyptian one.
They're very dangerous animals. They're good to keep people out of your garden because they will attack.
Yeah, donkeys too. Apparently.
Yeah, there you go. All right.
Donkeys, very territorial.
What, geese are good at keeping donkeys away?
No. Well, that would be interesting to have geese versus donkeys. Would be a great.
Who's got an iPhone?
Dennis, can that be your next film?
It sounds like a Bresson film in the making.
Yeah, I can find some videos of donkeys as well.
That's the best thing about YouTube is that you can just type any animal and then VS and then any other animal, and then there's a film of it. Just alligator versus iguana. That's a bit one-sided. I saw a guy put an alligator into a bin. Do you see that? That was going around recently.
No.
He had like a wheelie bin, and he backed his alligator into a wall and got it into the wheelie bin, and all his family were like applauding. It was Florida, I think. But you're London-based, right?
Yeah, and the bird sanctuary is the Woodbury wetlands in North London.
Woodbury wetlands. Okay. Cool. Well, are you going back there? Are you done with that place now? You've made 3 episodes, or is there an episode 4?
Well, I'm exploring the area around it. We recently were making an urban exploring vlog, so I think I will kind of switch a genre and make something about buildings. Or
Cool.
maybe buildings and animals, because there are a few abandoned buildings that have foxes who live there. So I made a short video. I spotted a small fox a few days ago, but that didn't make the cut because it was quite recently.
Can I make a request for crows? in a
Crows.
future video.
Okay.
They crows and magpies. They make good footage. They've got
That's a cool idea.
they get up.
Wow.
They get up.
On the predator front, I once watched a crow catch and eat a frog, like a huge frog, and it was amazing. I wish I had a camera. It was absolutely incredible to see.
God, I saw a robin.
Who won?
Eat.
The crow, of course, he ate the frog whole after
I saw a
after
robin
bashing
eat a
it on a
spider.
rock.
Oh God! Wow.
It was very traumatic.
Yeah.
What does a toad being bashed on a rock sound like?
Pretty much like a toad being bashed on a rock, really. There are squelches.
Oh God!
I saw a crow eat a baby pigeon.
Eee.
Did you say Russell Crowe ate a baby pigeon?
Sounds about right.
You saw it. It was in a film. Yeah. It's not strictly on official release.
It was cut from Master and Commander where he had to eat it. Okay. Any questions come in from anyone in the audience, or are they just like waiting for us to get on?
I think they're ready for the next film.
Okay, great. Dennis, thank you very much for Predators.
Thanks.
Thanks for joining us as well.
See you
And
again.
send us some more. Okay, so the next film is by Wheeler Winston Dixon.
He's here.
Who's here? Yes, he's got a film called Laps. He sent us a few as in LAPS, not LAPSE. Laps is a film, one of many he's sent us over the since the pandemic started, really. And he was there right at the start of it, and on the very first show we did online. And of course, he has a illustrious career before that, but we're very happy to show his new film Laps and have a chat with him afterwards. So it's Laps by Wheeler Winston Dixon.
ready for a little frolic. What fun they have. Round and round he goes. They do it. You were brave to fight, kitten. And she takes a leap. Climb up high. They have learned how to wash their own faces. Often sharpens her claws. His legs stiffen and can have the place all to herself. Stands up on end. What a fierce-looking kitten. Where is Cat going now?
Okay, Ben.
Yeah.
Ben, we're live.
Yes. I heard you, Adam. Sorry, I was muted and my video was gone. But now I'm here. Let's see. Where's Wheeler Winston Dixon? Can we get him pinned?
I'm over here.
Hey, good to see you.
Go.
There we go.
Hi, how are
I
you?
hear you. I see you. I'm fine. Why I wore my mask and I had my shots, and as did everyone in the family, and everyone's good, and it's good to see you too.
Thank you. We just got our booster for Moderna, so we are now triple vaxxed.
Ooh.
Yeah, which is really, really necessary here. I don't know how it is in the UK, but here it's madness.
Really?
Yeah.
You mean in terms of people not doing all the right stuff?
Yeah, anti-vaxxers are running around like crazy, and there's all of this nonsense right now. There's a great site called sorryantivaxxer.com you should go to, which will give you a real picture of what we're up against here. So 70% or so of the United States, but the 30%, even nurses, doctors, are people refusing to get the vaccination.
That's unbelievable.
It is unbelievable.
In any country.
We live with it every day.
Right. I know. And I do remember, I mean, for good or for better or worse, I always associate your films with the first lockdown, because that's when I first really, saw most of them, with the ones you were sending us and the ones that looked in your back catalog as well. And yeah. And I remember back then you said, this is not going to go away anytime soon. You said we're looking at a couple of years. And so I got to say, you called it.
Well, I think it's very impressive that you're going to have a screening on the 30th of October, if I'm correct. That's when the date is. Yeah. Still, I think that's optimistic. I mean, as much as I love England, I would never get on a plane at this point. Not a chance. Because it's just I'd love to go to England, Amsterdam, lots of places I'd like to go, but I think it's going to be annual shots. I think that, and as I say, people here are so not paying attention to mask mandates that it's really perilous. So I'd rather continue to exist, but we'll have to do this.
Yeah, we know what to do. It's not rocket science.
No, it's not rocket
obviously,
science.
to some people it is.
You think so?
Or it's a conspiracy to install 5G into everyone.
Well, what can I tell you?
Yeah, Shelley Hopkins says 68% in London, including healthcare workers. I don't know if she's referring to the percentage of people vaccinated or.
Yeah, see, that would be.
Yeah,
the
I guess it's 68%.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it should be closer to 90, 95, don't you think?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. We've got some. Let's talk about Laps.
Please.
A lovely visual film. Another simple idea, properly executed, I've got to say.
Thank you. It's very much like a film I made a few years ago called Lafayette Street, which is the subway stations in New York, Lafayette Street. And it's an image of the trains going back and forth. But basically what you're doing is you're taking the image, flipping the image, doing different things with it in different filters and stuff. And again, it's natural sound. This is the actual sound of the people in the pool and stuff like that. It is a very simple sort of structural film. And I don't only make those sorts of movies, but this one was that. But I've made lots of movies since, including one I sent to you called Cats and Dogs, which is my craziest film. And I hope someday you'll learn that.
Cats and Dogs. Who's looking at the post bag? If we. Yeah,
I sent that to you. It's a few weeks old. It's
a recent one.
It'll be in the bag.
We'll go and have a rummage afterwards.
Yeah, actually,
it's really Looney Tune.
I'd love to see that.
Yeah, it's a very Dada sort of thing.
This actually, this might be a good
We've
time
got
just to.
We've got a question actually
Oh yes.
Go.
from YouTube. Steve is asking. Steve says that he enjoys the film a great deal, and he says, "How did you get the camera there?"
It's stock footage. I mean, the thing is that I don't shoot anything myself anymore. I've started making films in the 1960s, about 1964, 65, and then I shot everything. But then about 1974, I stopped shooting, and then the Museum of Modern Art gave me a retro in 2003, and all my early films are in their collection. And then there was a long gap where I just wrote books. And then around 2015, I finally succumbed to digital because it's very easy to work with. And of course, it's inexpensive. And film, of course, is ruinously expensive. And so I began making films like that. So it's just a process of, I've decided that the best thing I can do is take existing images and turn them back on themselves. And I really enjoy the editing process the most. So to me, when I found those shots, they just instantly suggested to me a film, and so I made it, and that's that. And then I post it, and that's the great thing about being on Vimeo is that you can post this stuff. It's nice.
It's got a lovely meditative feeling. I could have watched it for longer.
Well, that would be Michael Snow territory. So I think I'll keep it short. But
yeah, short is good too.
Yeah, it's nice. I made a lot of films recently. I'm just looking at some of them: A Normal Life, Soft Light, Cats and Dogs, Disintegration, Signal, The Last Days, Exit, Far From Here, Booster Shot. So most of my films are usually about 8, 9, 10 minutes or something like that. And the shorter ones are sort of there too.
I've got a comment come in saying, "Nice frog-like tadpole humans seen from this angle. Humans are pretty strange."
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. And yeah, they're. It's of course the other thing is that it's a nostalgic film, because you can't do that here anymore. You can't go to a pool and swim because people aren't vaccinated, and so that's the problem. I mean, you have no idea. I mean, unless you do. I mean, I don't know how it is over there, but over here it's like, public swimming pools, out of the question. Theaters, out of the question. There are people who are going to them, but I think they're taking an enormous risk.
So that's all pre-COVID footage?
Yeah, of course. Okay. Yes, of course it is. I made a couple. Sorry.
So over what period of time did you film? Where were those shots taken?
It didn't film. It's stock footage, Ben.
Oh, it's stock. Sorry. I didn't.
This is stock.
I didn't hear that bit.
When I was shooting, that was from say 1966. I said Shelley Hopkins says to everyone, "Local pools shut here." So there you go. I shot film from say 66 to 74, and then, as I say, I took a long break. But I really enjoy working with existing imagery. But right now, I sort of feel like I'm working on another book now, so I'm going to go away from this for a while. But I made about 600 movies, so I think I can take a break.
Oh, wow! Is there any way we can see this massive back catalog of yours?
Please, it's all on Vimeo. It's all on Vimeo, and there are no paywalls. There's no no cost involved at all. You don't even have to join Vimeo. You can just type in my name and just Wheeler Winston Dixon Vimeo, and you can just go right there and see it. They're all there. They're all there. I just make them available publicly because I really am very much believe that this stuff should be shown for free. I don't really want to make money on it. I don't think that's the aim or the ambition. I've rejected the Hollywood model entirely. I worked in Los Angeles for 4 years, 76 to 80, and pretty much I saw that it was inimical to what I was trying to do. So,
what were you working on during that time?
It's crazy. I went out there, and first job I got, I didn't know anybody. First job I got was working on a Peter Graves movie called Sea Jacked, which was a Japanese movie being reshot with Peter Graves. Terrible. Then I banged on a door, and I just kept banging on doors, with a resume. And I got a job working for a company called TV, which is a very famous Los Angeles video co-op, which is now dissolved. And it was Harold Ramis, whom I'm sure.
Yeah.
Bill Murray, who I'm sure you know, for sure.
Yes.
Michael Shamberg. And the very first day that I was there, I wound up cutting the demo for Bill to get on Saturday Night Live, which was called The World's Largest Car Wash. And I just walked in, and they had masses of stuff because they were doing a series for PBS called Supervision on the history of television, and they didn't have anybody to edit it. So, I just sort of just waded in because I love editing, and I just waded in and began doing that. I worked one day for free. That's when I cut Billy's thing. And then I said, so now you got to pay me. So they put me on the payroll. And I worked there for a bunch of years and wound up cutting stuff. And then I worked on an episode of Laverne and Shirley. So it was, what do I think of David Lynch films? I think he's a dime store Luis Buñuel. That's what I think of David Lynch films. Somebody asks. David Lynch, not a fan. One good film, The Straight Story. That's
Straight Story is great. Movie. Yeah.
How about Bill Murray? He's famously an asshole. Is that true?
No, he's not. No, he's not. I mean, that's the thing. Bill is very much. I mean, we haven't been in contact since 1980. We were only friends for 4 years, and and then he just became a superstar, and that was the end of that. And I'm a college professor, but no, he was not at all. I mean, I think what he basically is he's fighting back against what they're trying to slot him into in Hollywood. I mean, I think that basically he's fighting for making better movies than they want him to make. So I think that his stuff with Jim Jarmusch is fantastic. He's very much his own person, but he's not. I don't think that describes him at all.
Okay. He's a funny guy, Bill Murray. I've read the stories. He's
a smart guy.
Like a really
smart guy.
Someone pointed out the other day, one of the good thing about him is that he never got plastic surgery.
Yeah, he didn't. And when I look at shots of him now, it's very hard for me to relate because I remember him when he was 22. And it was such a scream. Oh, Groundhog Day. That's a good film actually. Shelley Hopkins.
Oh yeah.
Groundhog Day. Harold Ramis. But the thing is, that's the film where Bill and Harold Ramis fell out, and they wouldn't even talk to each other during the shooting.
Yeah, 20 years. 20 years it took them to speak to each other again.
Only on Harold's deathbed.
Exactly.
But
what happened? What happened?
Well, hang on a second.
We're getting into a whole. This is like Hollywood insider talk.
I'll just say very quickly. Bill would just walk onto the set, and he just suddenly decided that Harold was making terrible movies. He didn't want to be part of them anymore. So he just walked onto the set every day and just said, "Bad Bill or good Bill." That's it, and that's the only direction he would take.
He was going through a divorce at the time, wasn't he? So he was in a bad place.
That was his first wife, and she was a great person. I'm sorry he did that.
Okay. All right. Listen, on that, Wheeler, let's let you
great
go
film,
and
everyone
goes to Wheeler's Vimeo account and have a really, really nice evening.
Well, thank you, Ben. Thank you very much, and thank you all. I really appreciate it. You guys have been a beacon in a dark time, and I appreciate it deeply. I'm all for. I'd love to come over and do a show. Believe me.
Yeah, it's all right. We get it.
Really would love to do it.
Yeah, we would go over to the plains of Nebraska and do a show out there
don't come
if
here.
we could.
Don't come here.
Bring our.
I'll come there.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Come to us. All right. Thank you, Wheeler. And we'll say goodbye to him. The next film is it's another visual treat by A.G., a mysterious filmmaker. A film called Lonia IX, which I assume means 9. Thank you. Yes. Roman numerals for 9. Let's have a look. Lonia IX or 9.
Okay, Ben.
That was Low Near IX by AG, a very cryptic film there. Cryptic filmmaker as well. Does not, unfortunately, couldn't be here to do a Q&A. So we'll move straight on to Viral Open Carryout by Penumbra Carter. There's a name I've heard before. Penumbra Carter, isn't the Penumbra in the room?
Haven't seen her, Ben.
Or maybe they didn't get back to me whether they
She
could
very
make
often
it
does
today.
come to both shows, online and live ones, but I don't
Okay,
think
well
I've
she
seen
could well
her.
be watching on the YouTube feed. So let's have
Anyway,
a
we're
look at
good
the
to
film.
go.
This film, I won't. She did supply a whole just load of description, but I think it would just be a spoiler. So let's just see the film, Viral Open Carryout, and maybe she can come on the Zoom and we'll talk to her afterwards.
Okay, Ben. Okay, Ben.
Back. That was Viral Open Carryout by Penumbra Carter. Did we locate Penumbra Carter in the Zoom room? Because if not,
I don't think so, but she was channeling the very thoughts of Wheeler
right,
in that film right there. That's like all the things that he was saying are in that film.
Is the word zeitgeist
Absolutely.
is applicable there.
I really like the kind of Western film soundtrack. I mean, it has got a hint of the Wild West in the soundtrack there with the whistling.
Yeah, yeah.
And I
that
think,
coupled with the whole Second Life thing is
yeah,
it does have that frontier kind of
yeah,
feel.
and you know, and yes, in these times of pandemic and people not wearing masks and so forth, and anti-vaxxers and so forth, it is the freaking Wild West, isn't it? Let's face it.
Well, continuing the theme, I guess, is a film called Area by Road, which is the next one on tonight, by Jack Wormel, who can't be here. But his film is great. It's a little combo of that, the last couple, and something it reminds me of is if you've ever seen J.G. Ballard's Concrete Island. It's just got Ballardian feel to it. This next one. So let's have a look, and then after that we've got some guests coming on. But let's see Area by Road by Jack Wormel.
Okay, okay, Ben.
That was Area by Road. Area by Road by Jack Wormel, or Wormel. Unfortunately, Jack can't be here, but we got a really good taste of what the side of that road was like there. And it's really a really nice film. Had a great feel to it. Someone who spots the small things in life. We've got some new friends on. They're are they in the Zoom room? The Rising Sun people.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Ah.
Hey guys, hope you're all good.
Can we spotlight them? If
Yeah, that's
possible?
spotlit.
They are.
It's done.
Oh, okay. Maybe
Hi,
there we go. I see you now.
Hello.
Hi.
Can you guys hear us? Is that all right?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Nice.
So you sent us a message. You were referred to us by Janet Thomas, who's an old exploding cinema hand, who's not active anymore in exploding, but you've taken over a building in Peckham. Is that right?
This one.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, through the magic of cinema, you can see it right here.
Right. That's.
Yeah, I think that makes it sound more like we've sort of broken in, but no, it's not quite anything that crazy. Right now, we're just we're renting. We've been renting the property for a while, and yeah, I mean,
we've been renting it for the last 6 years. We're threatened with an eviction notice last March from our landlord during COVID, which was really nice.
Oh, nice.
So we decided to go down the fully mutual cooperative model, which maybe some of you know about, housing co-ops, and try and buy this very large, beautiful property that we call home.
Yeah. And it's I guess it's particularly relevant to you guys because it's a sort of creative arts cooperative. We have filmmakers, we've got designers, we've got musicians in here. And what's really special about this place, and kind of the reason it's so sad that it's at risk, is because over the last 6 years, people have put so much time into making all of these brilliant renovations, which, to be fair to the landlord, very generous to let us make them. So we've made a music studio in the basement, a professional standard music studio, a design studio, a rehearsal space, and we allow the space to be used by local creators in the community free of charge.
So did you get it made an asset to the community, asset of local value? I know there's an acronym.
I don't know if we've technically done that, but we definitely have. We have done that in all the important ways. Yes.
Right. Lots of outreach, lots of benefit to the community and everything.
Yeah, just because we are a collective first, so it started through Goldsmiths University students looking for a live workspace, and then it became very much known as a place with facilities built by a lot of people that lived here and that didn't live here. So the doors have always been open to lots of other people, and being such a large property, it's just always lended itself to having lots of people over in here. So after these 6 years, it's really embedded itself, and the property going off the private market and into that cooperative model will mean that it will be around hopefully for at least the next 40 plus years, and we can continue sharing these spaces out with locals and international people as well.
Yeah.
So
we're really I mean, the thing we're seeing so much recently is like spaces like this, live workspaces, or just venues in general, and affordable housing is just being demolished especially in our local area at such a rapid rate. Like in the local sort of Peckham Nunhead area, there's been a bunch of, and literally right next door to us, there was this brilliant it's been a guardianship for a really long time, and finally got demolished and lost affordable housing for like 30, 40 people. So we're kind of trying to stop that happening as well, and just getting turned into another block of luxury flats, which is offering nothing to the community,
Right. So what events are you doing coming up?
We've got a street party on the 16th that we're organising with the neighbours, and a lot of people will be playing from this community. Yes, lots of people from our neighbours are bringing in, and then from our extended collective as well.
Yeah. In terms of stuff in the house, we're kind of, at the moment, all of our attention has been focused on raising the loan stock to go through with our buying the property. And then I think once we've secured it, we're going to really go in with our events and everything a little bit more. I don't know if you guys know how housing co-ops work. It's kind of a confusing thing. I didn't know about it until I moved in. So maybe say a few words on that.
Sure. Yeah, let us know.
Yeah.
Tell us.
Yeah, it's essentially like it's one of those things when you hear it, you're like, oh, this makes so much sense. Why aren't we all doing this? But it's that thing of when you rent a property, you give insane, if you're in London, an insane extortionate amount of money each month to your landlords normally. And when you think about it, I mean, I think our collective rent is £5,000, which is actually quite affordable for the local area, considering there's between 8 and 12 of us living here at any one time. But that, you think that over the course of 20 years or so, that then pays the full £1 million that the property would cost back. So what the housing co-op model does, and the way that we're going to fund it, is we ask for investment from people, from other housing co-ops, and grants, mortgages, this kind of thing, and get that $1 million in investment. And then over the course of the next 20, 30 years, the rent from the people that are living here, who will change over time, goes and pays that investment off. And then by the end of that time, you have the house itself, just where it owns itself. And at that point, you have this house. There's nothing that can happen to it. It's set. It's a community asset, and it will be affordable housing for years and years to come. And there's a bunch of places that have done this. One example is the Sanford Housing Co-op, which is a really established one quite near us. And they were generous enough to give us a bunch of investment, which is great. But everyone there pays between, I think, £100 and £250 a month rent. And what's great is that you might ask, well, why is there even rent at all at that point if you own the house? But it's written into the constitution of these housing co-ops that you continue to do that. And then that money goes to building further housing co-ops or expanding the community. So,
and although there is a bunch of co-ops around us, a lot of those came out of 90s squat scenes and the council giving them money to turn over and become co-ops. But I think actually we'll be the first one in London in 9 years. So I'm not really sure why other co-ops haven't managed to start out, but I think after the last year especially, and being a lot of people being in our situation where they've built something and everything's been quite precarious, I think a lot of people are seeing this as a more feasible idea again. So we've been really grateful for the support, and we really hope to get this one off the ground, kind of let other people know that this is something that they potentially could do.
Sure. Well,
so
can we
I live
give
in a co-op.
you a...
I live in a co-op, and I can attest to the wonderful life that it gives me. The reason I'm doing this Exploding Cinema show, and the reason that I'm able to make films, is because I'm able to afford to pay to make them because I live in this place.
Exactly.
And mine was set up in 1964.
Which one are you in?
It's a single house. So I would suggest to you, don't get too big, because when you start getting big, you get sucked into the larger housing co-ops, and then you lose control. We've got a full control of this house, and so we run the house basically. So I'd like to talk to you more about this, but probably after the show.
Thank you so much.
What can people do to? What's the message that you want to?
We've done amazingly well. So we put an offer in maybe 2 months ago now, and we had to raise £250,000 in originally 6 weeks.
1 million in total, but we managed to get a mortgage, so that's covering a big chunk of it. That
covers 80%, and the rest of it we had to find. And originally we had 6 weeks to find it, but because of various different things, we got extended to the end of October. So out the 250, we've now raised 200 of it. We've been luckily had such good press around it. So in the Guardian, the Observer, the Evening Times, and everything. So we're really at that kind of last last push, last phase, and we just want to continue spreading the word and reaching different audiences. And yeah, any kind of support and that anybody.
So if people want to help you, how can they do that?
Risingsun.space is the site, right? Or if you type in Rising Sun Housing Cooperative,
I can put it on
into
here.
Google. Yeah, you can put it in the chat. But I mean, aside from just like, you know, doing a massive plug for our fundraising, we're also really keen just to like spread the word about housing co-ops as a model, because I genuinely feel like, and I'm sure Jesse does as well, it feels kind of like one of the few ways you can use the system of capitalism that we have right now of investment and stuff to try and improve the housing situation. And it's a really brilliant, feasible model to get to a more equal housing like system in our country when the rents are so sky high and no one can afford to buy anything. So yeah, we just wanted to kind of, because I didn't know about it until I moved in, and I'm now very evangelical about it. So yeah.
I know, sure.
Yeah.
Well, we'd like to come along to your street party as well. It'd be nice to show some films too, maybe. But we probably need to get on with the rest of the show, guys.
Thank you for the time.
Thank you. And you can read us. I put it to private to Ben, but I put it to everyone, our email address and our website. And if you want to come check us out, and if you want to come down on the 16th and meet us, yeah, we'd love to meet you all. We're so lucky to have met Jeanette the other week, and and hear about what you're doing.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
thank you very much, Jesse. And I'm sorry, I didn't even ask your name at the beginning.
Oh, Elliot. Hi.
Elliot. Jesse and Elliot from the Rising Sun Collective. Thank you very much for joining us.
Really great stuff.
Oh, nice. Thanks for stopping by.
All right. Bye.
See ya.
And Adam, I believe we are now in the interval period of the show.
Okay.
And I don't really know what the after 11 shows, we never really did the same interval twice in all these online shows. Sometimes we had people playing live music. Do you know what we have in store other than the raffle?
It's just the raffle.
Okay, just the raffle.
As far as I'm aware.
Are there not some sort of visuals and music that happen at this point in the show?
No, we've just got the raffle.
All right. Well,
we just had a little interview as well. That was part
Shall we
of
just
it.
do the raffle? Shall we just do the raffle and plow on into the films?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Have we got any raffle music at least?
Should we bring our lovely David on to?
Let's bring David on to run the raffle.
Demonstrate the prize.
While David is, we've actually got the prizes all set up. We've got the prizes set up in the visuals here.
Yeah, I don't know.
I have to get myself out of the way. Where they go?
There we go.
Glitter color hairspray. Can we highlight that?
It's there. It's up.
Okay. So that's one of the prizes. Another prize is this. What is this, David?
Kaleidoscope.
Kaleidoscope.
Okay.
Kaleidoscope.
Very nice. Who doesn't love a kaleidoscope? And the other prize is, well, it says on the thing, it says confetti shooter. It says compressed air action. Are you allowed to travel with this thing?
I don't know, Pharmacy. That's my trouble. I don't know if they're going to resist the post.
I hope that's compressed air and not one of those, nitrous cylinders that I see on the pavements all over
on the street that nobody want to pick up. No, I think it's
confetti shooter. Well, what people need more of in public places is like loud bangs and things like being shot out of little explosive tubes by compressed air. Okay, so
Exactly.
these are all our prizes, right?
Yes.
Okay.
What about the NFT prize?
Oh yeah. The NFT. Well, Adam, do you have the popcorn film?
Yeah, Pharmacy. I don't know. I don't know if you want to show it or if you want to just send it to the winner.
I would just send it to the winner.
Yeah, I guess keep it as a surprise.
Yeah.
Give it as an investment.
Yes.
In case the co-op doesn't work.
Okay.
Exactly. So,
right.
Ben, are you going to do the raffle or am I going to do it?
I think I can do it. I think I can do it. Okay, great. For those of you who haven't been to one of our shows or online shows, our live shows or our online shows, the raffle is equally shambolic on both live and online, but just in different ways, really. What we do is in order to sort of, here they are. In order to do a random, in order to do a random draw, does that say 91 or 19?
It says 91.
Okay, good. Every time I press this, it'll generate a different number from 1 to 100. Oops, which one is it? This one. 62. Boom. 16. Boom, boom. 12. So what we want to do is everyone writes in the chat, either YouTube chat or the Zoom chat. Just write one number between 1 and 100. And if you see that number already, you can't select it again. And I'm just going to press this. And then at one point, I'm going to say, right, here we go for raffle prize number 3. Boom. It's, oh, wow, 100. I've never seen 100 come up. Anyway, it's a Dungeons and Dragons dice simulator. And that's how we do it. Okay. Is everyone clear on that? So please type a 2-digit number into the chat.
Okay, they're starting to come through.
Good.
71.
I don't know how long we leave it. We should have probably announced it earlier. But while that's happening, let's do an announcement. Let's do a plug for Platform 7.
Yeah.
Platform 7 is a discussion festival. It's like an online, if you've got a webcam, you can join in. It's really interesting. There's all these like areas you can discuss things in, and it just everyone gets together at the same time. And I don't know how long it's been going on, but Exploding have done a few tables at this thing. It's all separated into sort of virtual tables, and it's really cool. And they're good guys. So everyone goes. Let's put the link in the either the Zoom or the YouTube, so we can see this Platform 7.
33.
All right. Are they, David?
Okay, the numbers are coming through.
You have the virtual hat into which the 2-digit numbers are being put. Let's look at the prizes one more time. The confetti shooter, the kaleidoscope. They're all kind of phallic shaped, these things, David. What's going on? The glitter color hairspray. What color is that?
It's gold.
Gold.
Penis colored.
That's actually pretty damn cool. I mean, who doesn't want to just have gold hair just for an evening and then wash it out and let the let the plankton sort it out?
I think we're ready to do the draw. All the numbers are in.
All right. Should we do this?
I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
All right.
10,
Let's
11,
let's do
12.
the first number before this.
There is 12 numbers, and
too old.
including
All right, I'll do a couple of.
There's more on YouTube as well.
All right.
I
good.
did that.
Is everyone watching? Okay.
Okay, 40.
I'm gonna wait. No. It's not 40. It's not
All right.
40. I'm gonna do it a few times, and then I'm gonna say, right, here it goes, just to show everyone that these are random numbers between 1 and 100. Can you see those?
That's such a tease, Ben.
Yeah,
People have put their numbers in.
45. I know, you might see your number and think, oh, no, I've got no chance now. No, every one of them
numbers just went past.
You've got just as much chance of that number coming up again. Let's do it. Let's
All
do
right.
the actual
When are
draw.
we starting?
Okay,
When
for
is
the
it?
prize, this is for the color hairspray, the gold hairspray.
Okay.
Okay.
And are we getting the closer number or the real number?
The closest.
It's going to be Pete Gomez, isn't it?
Yeah, but there might be a tie. We'll have to have a face-off of a tie. Let's hope there's not a tie.
Come on then.
All right, for closest to number 90.
I got 93.
I've got 88, which is closer.
88's got it so far. 88's got it so far. Anyone closer than 88 on the YouTube? Anywhere?
It's 88, which is
on Zoom.
Rhonda. Oh my
Okay,
God,
Rhonda gets the gold hairspray.
We've got to send that to Atlanta. Are you kidding me? All right.
That's the real prize. The customs declaration. Okay, the
Sorry,
next
wipe it
number. This
You have
is
to come and
for
pick
the.
it up.
Hang on, let's get the picture up. Let's get the picture up. So this is for, what is this for? It's for the kaleidoscope. Lovely trippy images here, available to number 15.
13.
I've got a 13,
sounds
which
close
is
enough.
Shelley.
Shelley.
Shelley
I think
Hopkins.
these are all people who've got films in the program.
So
That's pretty cool.
do we have addresses?
I don't
We
know.
need-
Let's
Yeah,
we'll
but
work
We
it
need
out.
addresses. So
Work it out
we
later.
need
They
one.
can- they can also-
will have to put their email address on the.
No. They just email us. They can just email us all their details to explodingcinema@hotmail.com.
Yeah, fine. Okay, and then
All right,
finally,
and last of all,
finally,
the first prize,
this is
fine, to bring this tortuous bit to an end and get the films going. The confetti shooter. We might not be able to send this abroad. I don't know. We're just COVID Brexit. We can't send it abroad. Okay, here we go. 33. Lucky 33.
We have a 33.
We have a 33. Someone hit it on the nose.
Tim Sage.
Who?
Tim Sage.
Well, good on Tim Sage. He's won a confetti shooter. We're going to get put on a list for sending that through the post. Great. Brilliant. That's gone better than any raffle we've ever done online. Thank you,
did you write down the names?
No.
Well, who's doing this raffle, Daffod?
Isn't there a YouTube record of everything we're doing now?
Exactly. Anyway, as Rhonda won the first one, Shelley won the second one, and Tim won the last one.
All right.
What about the NFT?
It's going to all of them.
All of them. Oh, they all get it. Oh, okay.
What? You can't split an NFT between 3 people.
It's not an NFT. It's a film. Come on.
Oh.
No, it's only going to be owned by 3 people though.
He's only one. He's 1 minute 30. 1 minute 30.
Maybe they.
Adam, do you have the film?
33 seconds each.
I made a pharmacy. You get a version of it, and I just made a new one a little bit where I readjust the sound.
Okay, so you can look forward to the film being sent to you, folks. But you need to send us an email.
Do we not get to see the film?
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
It's them only.
Okay, fine. All right. Shall we just lurch on?
Let's get moving.
All right, brilliant. So the next film, that was the interval, by the way. Usually we have time to go to the loo, but I don't know. I'm going to have to go during the films, I'm afraid. I'm allowed. I've seen the films. The next film was called Younger Heart by Katya Khan. I'm not sure if Katya's an active participant to previous shows. I'm not sure if Katya's in the house tonight. I'm not sure if she could make it. But let's see it anyway. It's called Younger Heart by Katya Khan.
In January, you hacked off Facebook, and that got me hooked. Then I started to laugh. I thought you'd help me. Things got sharp. Believing the fantasy. I wanted to put ice cubes down your rabbit hole, waiting until we were alone. You took your cock out in front of the plant. That was surprisingly blunt. You tried to play God, sending me your bullshit binary code. 011 01 000 01101001. Have a nice life. I'm done. You wanted to create a cult to make you exult, inviting me to events, the puppet master of your friends. You watched me out of the corner of your eye, but your insides were dry. You'd leave me signs that I treated like gold mines. You wrote that you're the fox and wore red socks. You used NLP, that I could foresee. You put a sphinx near your mirror, copying my pillar. You played jealous, departing in a fake date. So I was like, tell us, don't you have a better trick, mate? Sneaking your cartoons into my shows, making me addicted to the lows. We stalked you in Berlin, my secret sin. You weren't even there, my skin was bare. He said you're not interested, yet your pranks are so invested. You called me a tapeworm, that you'll forever yearn. Your younger heart is my bait, so I'll sit and wait. It's made out of ice cubes and convoluted tubes, but the tapeworm is already inside. You can run, but you can't hide.
From Younger Heart by Katya Khan. Doesn't seem to be here in the Zoom. Right, and moving swiftly along to the next film is called Perfume by Stephanie.
Wait. Wait.
Stephanie, if I got your name wrong. Stephanie has apologized, but she's on location at the moment. But anyway, she has
Ben,
instructions on how you're supposed to watch this next film.
Ben,
Okay? This is
you've
a
jumped
thing
the gun.
we really love at Exploding Cinema, and we do it a lot. Okay, now she said there's two ways of watching this film, and this will be actually at the beginning of the film. It'll come up on the screen as well, but I'll just tell you in the meantime so I can actually show you as well. While laying on your back somewhere comfortable and dimly lit, hold or position your device approximately 6 to 12 inches from your face before pressing play. Be sure to be comfortable. So basically that's just like, sort of like, imagine you're lying down and just hold it above you. So if you've got a tablet or you're watching this on a laptop or even a phone, just get on your back and hold it above your head like that and turn a lot of the lights off. I can't because we're doing a show right now, so I can't turn the lights off. But the other way, it says, by standing outside on a street corner, or better yet, with your bare feet in the dirt feet or grass, tilt your neck up towards the sky, extend your dominant arm to position your device with the screen facing your eyes. Be sure to be grounded. Let's probably just stick with way one, or else just imagine you're on a street corner. So let's, with all that preamble, let's see Earth Views by Stephanie Hoff or Howe.
Okay, Ben. Okay, Ben. I see you're in position. Ben, we can't hear you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. There we go. I've sorry, I was muting myself. Oh, we got Morganico saying he could have answered questions on Katya Khan's behalf.
Oh well,
We'll get her on
I
later.
missed that.
Okay. No, I was just you didn't miss anything. I was just remarking on like how that Earth fuse one blew my mind when I first actually saw it properly as you're supposed to. Right. The next film is called La Vie en Ronde by Rhonda Findling. It might be Findling. Apologies if I've pronounced that incorrectly. Rhonda is definitely here tonight, and we'll talk to her after her film. So let's see La Vie en Ronde.
The first time that I saw Jason, I didn't even know who he was. We both just ran into each other at Starbucks. This guy says hello to me, and I'm like, I don't know you. And he says, sing! And then I knew who he was. Honestly, Jason, if I had to make a man to order, I would make you because you're a filmmaker, you're a writer, you're a musician, you're a singer, but I have to make you like a little bit older for me.
There is more of a taboo with the older woman, but that's part of the lure. As
Yes!
well.
Now he's going to sing the song that I love. I really think that if I were to get involved with a man much younger than me, it would be time limited and it's going to end. And I figure it's better to not do that, you know, to not have to go through all that pain and agony and just not have the cougar experience.
I'm not dreaming of you, somebody like you.
I just love him. He's too young for me. Oh, sing that thing. You're the prettiest girl in the whole thing. That one line. Okay.
It's okay.
That's a private joke between he and I. We have our little private jokes. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Count me off. Okay.
All right.
Bye. Love you, Jason. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day. Look at the stars. Look out the sun for you.
Very seductive in the song. So, like, nervous and embarrassed. Like, I couldn't even, like, look at him. He's my favorite cougaree. I really want to go to Montreal. I think I really want to go to Montreal.
Been able to fly, across the world, transcending all boundaries. We're not such a little tiny village. We can go wherever we want to go, meet anyone we want to.
I can't believe you said that we can go anywhere in the world.
Should we be doing this, but I can't resist now that I see you. Oh, look at me, I know you feel it. To your room we will go. You gotta stop, baby, just let me know.
Always be my vie I really miss Jason. After spending a whole week with him and now not seeing him at all, it's really painful. We had such a great time. So I asked Jason when he wanted to get together again. Maybe I could come back to Montreal. But he said that he wasn't ready to make any kind of commitment. And then he just couldn't tell me. He didn't know. I was so deeply hurt that Jason just didn't want to see me as much as I wanted to see him again. So I decided I'm going to cut all ties and end it. I didn't really care for the psychological explanations about why he was ambivalent, why men have commitment issues, and why they distance. I just didn't care. So I just blocked him. Which is more torture? Letting go of the relationship and losing that relationship you started and you developed, or the torture of dealing with the chronic distancing? Let that guy go and say, I'm not putting up with it. Then the suffering starts because you're not going to see them anymore. It is fucking over. You have to deal with the emptiness. You have to suffer it out. Rather than keep going after them, you have to leave. Don't call that man. Don't call that man. Don't call that man. Don't call that man. You want to hear his voice when he hurt you then. Don't call that man. Don't call that man. I know you're going to say that you love him true. Don't call that man. Don't call that man. 1, 2, 3, 4. To give you that time to close this off. If it was hurt you bad, you got to say, okay. You know he's from the back that doesn't want to play. Attention, 50 cases.
something beautiful. You know I love you so. You know I love you so.
Now I'm bulletproof. You might find you're gone, but I'm flying high. I'm bulletproof. Don't ever touch the ground. You can never bring me down. You can never bring me down. Can never bring me down. 'Cause I'm bulletproof. Yeah, I'm bulletproof.
Okay, Ben.
Hey, Rhonda. Let's get you.
I must have watched it like 2,000 times. I can't even watch it anymore.
Okay.
And also, the person, Jason, saw it for the first time like a few days ago. So I'm a little traumatized to watch it because I'm like, I don't like it was very emotional. I can't watch it now.
Well, you're at home. You can just walk away from your computer for 5 minutes and then just come.
I know it was like long 5 minutes, really long. I was like, it seems like it's 10 minutes. Maybe something happened to my computer. Anyway, okay.
All right. Well, we've got some got some questions coming in. Some comments, and they're using the term cougar. Now, is a cougar is when the lady is older than the man in the relationship?
Yes, a woman's older than the man.
Right.
By the way, that footage was taken 2016.
Right.
So it's a little dated. Well, although it's still going on, but I mean.
Someone said, "Is my current age of 46 too old to qualify for the cougar experience?"
No, you could be anywhere from 20 years old to 120. If you're 20 years old and you're dating a guy who's 18, then you're a cougar.
I'm sorry. It's late in the show, and the comments start to like
getting punchy.
They go, they people go straight to the bone there. But it was a great story. I like the format in which, so many narratives are now being told in the fact that the two images, the classic Zoom format that we're so used to now is now.
That's why I did it during the pandemic. That was footage that was taken from internet shows that were before there was a Zoom. We were like the what do you call it? The trendsetter for doing this kind of. It was called Spreecast. The pioneers of doing that, and there was nobody doing it. They had just started Google Hangout, and this guy developed this format called Spreecast, and so it was a show that I had that was taken from that. And the editor said, "You know what? Now it's popular, so let's like redo that." And it looked like it just happened during the pandemic or something, but it was the footage.
Okay, so you were ahead of the curve then.
Exactly. That's why that footage is old. But I can't remember the guy's name who said that. I actually took what he said down because I think that's what I did. Like he was taking stock footage and repurposing it. So that's what we did. We repurposed, but it wasn't stock footage. It was me and this guy. And I just moved it around and made it into
Right. There's a lot of there must have been a huge amount of footage that was culled from. Just what we saw.
It was taken from the Help Me Rhonda show with 40 hours of footage.
40 hours, my God.
And we cut that down from 40. I mean, I did add a few things in, like the trip to Montreal was actual iPhone, still photos, and the thing about Jason with the sale thing that was taken from the public, it was on the internet. So some of the still photos were just sort of added in there.
Right.
I don't even, watching this has been really helpful because I've been submitting. I've gotten into a few film festivals already, but I'm waiting for like a lot more. And I've been submitting as experimental, and I'm seeing that some of the things the films I'm seeing are really experimental on here, and mine has a narrative to it. I don't even know if it's experimental now.
Yeah, we actually had a dearth of straight narratives tonight. Actual just dramas from start to finish, stories.
The reason that I haven't been submitting as narrative because it's not regular film. It's not even regular digital. So it's taken over camcorders. And the second thing is that it's not just like completely narrow. I mean, there's things thrown in there, so I thought it was experimental, although it's so much of a story that I don't even know if it's experimental now. I'm really mixed up what it is.
Well,
I don't know. What was your instinct of what category that would go into a film festival? Although it's too late, already submitted.
No, I would say it's extremely modern narrative. Like it's the form, it's the cutting edge of the form as it's developing, as it's reacting to current technology and current events as well.
And I forgot wrapping scene that was taken off of a regular iPhone.
Okay, we have something. Adam, did you want to say something?
I was just going to say, I don't think you should get too concerned about what it is. You should just keep on making films and figure out what they are later. I mean,
that's a good point. I was only concerned because of submitting to film festivals and what I've been getting it under experimental, but.
I mean, and then different film festivals have different ideas of what experimental is, So, I mean, you've always got to do your research first anyway when thinking about festivals. But yeah, I just keep making them.
I'm never going to get footage like that again. I mean, when you say keep making them, that was a freak thing that happened, to have that show and have that. There was almost like a reality show, that whole romance that played out. That wasn't planned, so I may never get anything like that again. I'm being really serious.
But then again, you may.
Oh, that's true. I have to go looking for a new story. I would have to go on like Match.com, so I can go find a new reality show person.
Well, Rhonda, you're amongst fellow data hoarders here. I think.
What is a data hoarder?
I think someone who saves every single piece of data about them on a
you never know
drive.
when you might use it. That's
like every photos, videos, anything you've written, anything work related, anything non-work related, novels. Just it's all backed up and on drives.
Everything is a potential story, a potential film, a potential set of images.
Absolutely. There's a comment coming on saying from JC Gonzo says, "You go, Rhonda." That's great. That's more a comment than a question, but it's a good one.
It is pretty interesting. The guy, in the story, he's also a filmmaker, and he said that he wanted to take a shot at our old footage that I had about us. And he wants to take a shot at it, like redo it his way. I'm like, I don't know. We could have like a third evolution of his version of what happened.
Yeah, why not? Give it all balance. Morganico says, "Are you a full-time filmmaker?"
No, I'm not. Though I do have a lot of rapping videos. I have a lot of music videos.
Yeah. The rapping took me by surprise. I'm like, oh my God, she raps as well.
That was see, that's what I mean. A lot of it was just like a freak thing. Like that really happened in 2009, and I was just the person who took that video is a professional filmmaker who happened to. She was there in my party. We're having a party, and I looked out with all those people getting into it. I completely looked out, and she took a good video of it, so we stuck that in there. That doesn't usually happen. That I go to. That was very it was a women's nightclub. She's a very, very famous singer who has a nightclub in New York, and her husband didn't want me to go up there, and she let me go up there. It was like all these things were like a luck things to grab these kind of things and mush it together. Right. But anyway, the thing is, like, I don't have a lot of films, but I do have a lot of music videos. I'm really better at coordinating it. Like I have a great editor, but I make a lot of the choices. So if she edits it, then I'll start moving things around. So I have an eye for it, but I have other people who are doing the physical sitting at the computer editing.
Mhm. All right. So other people edit for you?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, interesting.
That's why that guy wants to take a shot at it because he's a great editor too. The guy who's in it.
Right. Okay. Any other questions on the YouTube? Let's see. Rhonda, did you ever call him? Someone asked.
You mean yes? Oh yeah, he and I were just in touch a few days ago.
Okay. Okay. It was all very it was all very amicable, right?
Yes.
Excellent. Well, that's what we want to hear. Anyway, listen, Rhonda, we're going to let you go so we can get on to the next film. But thank you so much for talking to us. Oh, I think Rhonda's been muted. Okay. Whoop. She said something, but that's her.
Oh no, I said thank you for having me.
Oh well, okay.
This is
Great.
my first appearance as a filmmaker.
Excellent. Let it not be the last. Great. See you next time. Okay, Adam, are we ready for the penultimate film?
Indeed, we are.
Martin Rumsby. Has Martin
Yes, he's here.
got onto the Zoom now?
He's here.
Excellent. Okay, great. Let's see his film first and then talk to him. Ngok Loan.
In the middle of January 1950, I caught an Air France plane at Paris, bound for Saigon. Saigon is a French town in a hot country. It is as sensible to call it the Paris of the Far East as it would be to call Kingston, Jamaica, the Oxford of the West Indies. Its inspiration has been purely commercial, and it is therefore without folly, fervour, or much ostentation. Soon becoming impatient with Saigon's centre, I plunged quickly into the side streets. It was clear from the first moment of picking my way through the crowded, torrid streets that the lives of the people are lived in public. The street is the extension of the house, and there is no sharp dividing line between the two. At dawn, people roll out of bed and make for the pavement. Thereafter, they eat, play cards, doze, wash themselves, and visit fortune tellers. The variety of the scene was endless, and in the end, exhausting. Retiring to a cafe, I was received by a waitress who advanced with a damp towel held in a pair of forceps. I ordered beer and was served a bottle with a snarling tiger on the label. While I sat in the cafe, a funeral passed. It was preceded by a man with a flute and a drum. The hearse was so enormous that it passed with difficulty through the narrow street. The children of the family played happily about the coffin, and the principal mourners in white robes were half carried and half dragged along behind. Among the officiants was a man carrying a bowl of cigarettes for the benefit of passing spirits. Later, I walked on to a waterfront cafe and sat down to enjoy the scene in comfort. The animation with which I was surrounded was in its way different from and more intense than what I had experienced earlier. One has been accustomed to crowds, to the spectacle of vast gatherings of people in the street, in places of entertainment, in railway stations or restaurants. But such crowds have all been engaged in a similar kind of activity. Here, it was the diversity of occupation that was remarkable. There must have been many hundreds of people in sight, all busily living their own lives, and most of them independently of the actions of others in their immediate neighborhood. The scenes and sensations of the next 4 days followed each other so thick and fast that the memory of them is photo montage, a jumble of hardly separable images.
Hello.
Visiting a nightclub in response to a note left at my address, I was met by a young woman. Excusing herself at the table where she'd been sitting, she came over and gave me a piece of paper with an address on it. I was to go there at 11 in the next morning, and from there I would be taken into the country.
Okay, Ben.
Are we back?
Indeed. Yeah, we're back.
There we go.
Okay, Ben.
Got Glown by Martin Rumsby. Martin, I think he's here. Shall we? Hello, Martin.
Hello, Ben.
Yes.
Good evening.
It's evening here. Where are you, and what time is it there?
I'm in Phnom Penh, Cambodia, and it is 4:26 a.m. and
Wow.
26 degrees Celsius.
What?
Oh, that's quite pleasant. 26.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
So have you stayed up all night, or did you go to bed and then wake yourself up for us?
I went to bed really early. I woke up at 1 a.m. So I thought, well, I'll make some coffee and have a shower, get dressed, and watch the whole show. But in the end, I couldn't watch the whole show because my YouTube connection was getting delayed further and further,
Right.
So I was about 1 or 2 films behind. It became sort of unwatchable in that way because, I just had to keep up with what was going on here too.
Right. And are you in the same location that you filmed that film from?
No, that's from my apartment in Ho Chi Minh City. That's downtown Saigon. But I had left Vietnam for 2 weeks on February the 29th. I'm not sure how long ago, what year it was now. And on the day before I was to return to Vietnam, they closed their border. So I thought, well, I'll go to Phnom Penh and wait there. It's only 125 miles or less than 250 kilometers, thinking I'll wait in Phnom Penh for 2 weeks. The border will reopen and I'll go back home. Well, I'm still here over 18 months later with all I took to go away for 2 weeks.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It's not bad. It's actually been a good experience. I had been in Cambodia before and quite liked it, and I thought, gee, maybe somewhere down the line I'll go and live there for a while.
Right.
So I've just had to reorder everything my whole life, and I'm enjoying it. It's,
What's the difference between living in Vietnam and living in Cambodia?
Totally different cultures. Vietnam has a population of 97 million, more than England or Spain. I don't know what France, probably bigger than Germany, and ancient culture, of course. a lot of publishing and research going on there, a lot of it which is published in English. Very busy. You know, the people, you know, you ask a Vietnamese, what do you like to do? They say, I like to work. Just like those guys on that building site. You know, they're great people. I love them. Yeah, and they practice Mahayana Buddhism. So you've got a mixture of capitalism, communism, and Buddhism, and they all coexist very happily. You know,
Right.
it's not, you know, it's not like the fractious sort of chaotic
Mm.
Western
Yeah, because I was going to get
social
onto
scene.
that. What the whole
Well,
process?
I'll just do
Yeah.
this. Cambodia is Theravada Buddhism, and it's completely very laid back. It's very sort of Western friendly. So, you know, there's more of that French influence. It's very easy to, I mean, of course you can get Western food in Vietnam, but in Cambodia, it's really very easy to get Western food if you feel like it, you know.
Really?
And the great advantage for people like you is that you can enjoy English food as an exotic cuisine here.
Right.
So,
Interesting.
yeah, so yeah, very laid back. The people, you know, in both countries are very sweet-natured,
Right.
lovely people. You know, so they're not, you know, they're lovely to be around. It's, you know, I'd really had enough of the West. You know,
Really?
I was very unhappy there, and you know, I just thought, look, I'm either going to die unhappy or I just take a step.
Mm.
And you know, and it was a good step, very
Right.
good.
Good. Well, the scenes that we saw in the film,
Yes.
that we've just seen, how does stuff like planning permission work in Vietnam? Do people just pay
I
someone
don't
off, or do they just sort of just start building? And
Oh no, there would be planning consents.
right.
You know, but I did notice that 2 buildings had fallen down in Cambodia in the last couple of years.
Oh.
You know, I don't know if any have in Vietnam. I think the quality of workmanship that I could see, like in my apartment, you know, where I lived, and also watching those people working on that site, is very, very high in Vietnam.
Right.
So I wouldn't have a problem, you know, whether, and I'm sure there would be planning consents and stuff. I
Right.
did see inspectors go down to that site at various times, but I didn't want video government officials, you know, it's
Right.
not a good idea.
Yes.
When you're so overtly a foreigner. But,
Do you
know,
have
the police in Vietnam are great. I mean, they're not interested for a start. And, you know, they're very, very laid back and non-interventionist. And some of them are armed, but not all of them. And their policy is basically if the situation's getting out of hand, there might be 3 or 4 policemen there. One will be armed, and they'll just, the one who's armed will pull out his gun and fire a warning shot in the air. So saying to the person, you know, I'm going to shoot you if you don't take notice of this warning shot. So, you know, I thought the policing, probably the best police in Southeast Asia, I would say.
Right. It's a shame. It's a shame you couldn't get footage of that kind. I mean,
Yeah, I saw 2 cops. I was in a bookshop, and I thought, oh, this is great. You know, it was a man and a woman, young police people, and they were looking at books, and I sort of snuck up on them, and I had my camera, and I was covertly trying to video them, but they noticed me, you know, and I thought, well, they could see there was something wrong with me. They couldn't see I was trying to video them, or else they probably would have got interested in me.
Martin, can I ask?
Not a good idea. Pardon?
Martin, can I ask? Are you actually a filmmaker? Because this is it's a really nice piece. It's got a lovely rhythm to it. And
I've been involved in sort of experimental film in various forms since about 1980. But really, as a student, I would say, and I've only just, you know, I feel like I'm getting underway. I mean, I've made videos and films, but, you know, I'm starting to move towards somewhere where I want to be.
well, I think that you're getting there.
Thank you.
It's very nice. I mean, I guessed that it was a lockdown film because it's almost all out of one window, so it just feels like you can't move. But
it's not actually. It was all shot before the pandemic.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah, it was shot right up until about February the 28th. 2019, and then I left Vietnam for a couple of weeks. The building was almost finished. I thought I'll come back, I'll finish the film, the video, and then, but then it went into lockdown. So it's not a lockdown film.
But the contemplation of the workers is particularly interesting, I think.
Yeah.
And and that scene where they're putting the balcony in place, it's just lovely. Yeah.
There's a lot more footage still in Ho Chi Minh City. So, when I can get back, I can actually it'll actually be a very long film that covers a 9-month period. So if I haven't lost that, either I have the short version or else there'll be a long version. But I can't think about things that I can't control right now. I can't, I don't want to obsess on, like I'm not at home. I can't do what I want to do. Just got to get out there and do the best I can here. And I'm enjoying it.
We've got a comment coming in here. Did anyone else love the bricklayer's funky dress sense as much as I did?
It's
also, did the builders
native dressing style is incredible. Especially the woman. There's the big gowns that are sort of quite well known, but you see a lot of the street traders. They wear these, those hats.
Yeah, the
and
conical
really
classic.
colourful clothes. And
wow.
Very, very friendly, very approachable. Even if I don't speak any Vietnamese, and the area I live in, no one speaks English. There's no problem.
Oh, wow.
I prefer it.
How do you communicate?
Just time.
Okay.
Started watching Charlie Chaplin movies. Basically, you can get by fine without language. I prefer it. There's less chance of misunderstanding.
That's a unique way of looking at it. That's great.
And hopefully I will develop my visual sense.
Yeah. If you can mime all that stuff. Some people talking about health and safety. Be sure to wear flower print trousers and a cool straw hat. Someone's asking, where's your accent from? You sound Australian.
New Zealand.
New Zealand, right? Sorry.
The best part of Australia.
Part of the lost continent.
But there are, as far as I could see, there's no sort of health and safety regime there whatsoever. I mean, you could see that even
as you can see, yeah.
Yeah. Same with driving in Cambodia. I don't believe there's any road rules. The people may lack formal freedoms here, but the culture tends towards anarchy. And, it was even back in Angkor Wat days, the people's culture. So
it's the same thing in China. It's similar in China, that feeling, yeah.
Did anyone ever clock you filming them and take offense?
They don't mind. In Cambodia and Vietnam, they're happy to be videoed.
Huh.
They don't mind or take their photos. I mean, a couple of times people might have said no, but it's not a problem. You're not dealing with a Western situation whatsoever.
Interesting.
All the things everything I disliked about the West doesn't really exist here. I prefer the anarchy. I like the lack of regulation. I mean, I'm not a capitalist, but just in the fact that when it gets too hot, they just stop work and jump in a hammock and have a sleep.
I like that. Do they have do they have as much like CCTV as we have and stuff like that? So you do feel like as much? Does it feel like there's more surveillance?
No.
Elsewhere.
Like I've got right here, I'm watching NHK from Japan. I can get Korean, Russian, which is I don't watch, Italian, Spanish, English, Vietnamese. So I've got 64 channels here in my room, and that's not even the full. So, and the bookshops, they have great bookshops in Cambodia. And the stuff, a lot of, I mean, you don't get like contemporary continental theory, deluge or anything like that. I haven't seen any of that, but the huge English language sections and even books that are critical of the local government. Whereas in Vietnam, it's more Vietnamese writing and publishing, which is good. It was I've been very impressed by Vietnamese writers, but they just don't tend to be published outside of the country.
What's the vaccination rate like out there?
In Cambodia is very, very high. They got onto it, like Phnom Penh is about 99%. I think in Cambodia as a whole, it's around about 76%. So they're trying for close to 100% by the end of the year. Vietnam, they waited, like New Zealand, they waited to see how the vaccines were performing and what side effects there would be, like in Europe and North America. So they ordered late. So I think in Vietnam now it's about somewhere around about 26%. Although in the cities like Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh, they're really rolling it out there, so they'll have a much higher percentage, and they're aiming for 100% also.
Okay. Question. This is getting away from the subject of the movie, but someone asked if is it easy to get full-time residency in Vietnam for a foreigner? How does that work?
That's a good question. They changed their visa regulations in July, so I've got a really broad idea, but I'm not really going to know until I open the border and I go to the embassy. But I was just working on a 3-month tourist visa, and then I could catch a bus to Phnom Penh, $12. You just leave the country, turn around, and you go back and you get another 3 months. Now that's probably different. There is a 2-year visa, which would cost about $800 US if you do it yourself, but it's probably best to go to an agent who will do it for about $1,600. But there've been problems with those because the visas have been giving people bogus letters of employment, and saying, they're going to work there, and they're cracking down on that. Cambodia is very easy, it's straightforward. You basically just go through a little process. It's what you put on your immigration card when you arrive. You arrive as a tourist. Within a month, you go and upgrade it. It costs $300 US for a year, multiple re-entry. It's not like Western immigration at all.
Right.
You pay the 300, So, if I do have problems with Vietnam visas, then I will just get a 1-year visa here, and because it's multiple re-entry, it's a great base, close to Thailand, Laos, Singapore, Vietnam, Taiwan, Hong Kong.
Wow, this is all fascinating information for me. I've been so wrapped up in my own local situation that, like, this is just to hear all this is just a reminder that this is a whole worldwide thing. Does anyone else have any questions for Martin about Ngoc Loan before we let you go?
I think it's time to move on.
Brilliant.
Okay, thank you very
Martin,
much.
we really appreciate you getting up so early. I hope you can get back to sleep and finish. Let this just be a strange dream in your night.
I can watch the sunrise over the National Museum of Cambodia. Always a beautiful sight.
Lovely.
Good night, chaps.
Good night. Thank you. Anyway, right. So that.
Ben.
Great. That was Martin Rumsby there with Ngoc Loan. We got an amazing insight into life half the global way. And that leaves only one more film, and it's Pierre-Yves Clouin, who unfortunately is away from his base in Paris, which means that he can't be here to talk to us. But his film is very short. It's only 53 seconds, and it's called Supply (brackets) Alimentation (end brackets). We might have to get our native French speakers to finished for me.
Yep, it's finished. It's finished, Ben.
Brilliant. Supply alimentation. David?
Yeah.
What exactly does that mean? Alimentation.
Is like if you go on the electric side, is supply. So basically, it's the same word in English as electric supply.
Electric
Alimentation.
supply.
Is
Okay.
either that or basically eating from all the supermarkets.
Okay. Thank you.
So basically, all related to food. Alimentation is like a varied kind of food.
Okay.
Basically, I guess alimentation in this case is to do with the supply of electricity.
Okay.
Or maybe the supply of light. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a fuel. The sun. It's it's giving us light and energy, the same as electricity.
Well, on that note,
I've just killed the film by explaining it, haven't I?
Well, it was apparently the whole thing was CGI. I thought it was like very well placed, camera work.
Really?
And
It's all CGI.
yeah,
Really?
Yeah, it was all. Yeah, the whole thing was CGI. You could play
Fooled
it
me.
again. You'd see. Yeah, it was.
I thought it was just another person pointing an iPad at the sky.
Anyway, before this devolves into a free for all, I guess we ought to wind up the show.
It's over.
And say thank you everyone for attending, and thank you everyone for submitting films. And of those who submitted the films, our very favorite people of all, the people who came here and talked to us about their films.
Absolutely.
So big clap to all of you.
Well done.
Unmute everyone. See what happens. Okay. Anyway, yes, big. No, yes.
Thank you. Very good.
Everyone's unmuted. Yes.
All right, there we go. All right.
Well done, filmmakers. Thanks for sticking through.
And well done, Ben, for hosting.
Oh, I was rubbish. Thank you very much. Yes, thank you, Adam, and everyone else who helped put this show on. The next show will be presented by Adam. I'm handing over to him. We've already had some people coming to approaching us to do live like music and stuff. So it's going to be a great return to live shows.
Absolutely, can't wait. October 30th.
Yes,
Stick it in your
yes.
diaries.
Yes, I have one thing I would quite like to just plug if possible. And that is that I am doing tomorrow night, I'm doing a show called all about cameras and Super 8 and stuff like that. And I will be, I'll be showing this, I'll be interviewing a guy who claims to have got, claims to be able to develop Kodachrome in color. It's very exciting. And so, this is my camera show. And it has if you go to zerobudgetfilmschool.com, you can watch that. And that's at 7:00 London time tomorrow at zerobudgetfilmschool.com. I will be, talking to this guy and talking about Kodachrome and has he actually managed to do it in color, which is very, very exciting. Hooray.
Yeah,
yes.
absolutely.
So so go to that's my little plug there. What else?
We need volunteer. So if anybody is in London and basically got like muscle to carry equipment around and can set up some AV stuff and slideshow and stuff like that, you're more than welcome. From basically anybody's come in, from basically just like join in and be part of the magic.
Absolutely, we always need people.
Yeah, we are open access, voluntary collective. So basically, we accept anything, any films, any performance, anybody getting involved with us. We are all welcome. You're all welcome.
Yeah.
And also, we don't take any money from this.
No.
We do this completely for the love of film, and we frown upon those that want to commercialize the name of Exploding.
On that subject, I think I should just announce that our just to remind you of our website, which is explodingcinema.org. I don't know if we have a text or anything to put up there.
www.explodingcinema.org.
Yeah.
This is the only 30 years old collective.
Yeah, that is the true Exploding Cinema.
That's our website.
Not these shirkers that steal the name.
Yeah, please do not get us confused with explodingcinema.com, which that's a website which has no affiliation with us whatsoever. So anything under explodingcinema.com, if it's not our .org website, it's not us. And whatever goes on there has nothing to do with us.
Yeah,
yes,
there we
Matt,
go.
Did you say something? Did you want to add something to that, Matt?
No.
I think no, you're talking to the cats.
No, I didn't say anything at all, actually.
Oh, all right, all right.
My
Sorry, I heard
mic
your
was
voice.
on, though, so yeah. No, I would just say, beware of imitators.
Yeah.
Don't
Beware of shallow imitators trying to cash in on our name.
Do not pay £15 to submit your film.
Exactly.
Yeah. I
But
believe
if you want to leave it, if you want to leave a donation for us after this one, you can donate.
You can, and it all goes back into the collective. It all goes back into putting on shows. It doesn't go into any of our pockets.
But it does go into Jeff Bezos.
Well, there is that. Yeah.
What? No, it's YouTube. Whoever owns YouTube.
Oh no, when you donate.
Oh.
Yeah,
Right.
a PayPal.
Hang on, no, PayPal is Musk, isn't it?
Oh well, whichever. Who cares?
Anyway,
It's all getting pissed up into space anyway.
it is.
Anyway, yes.
Get yourselves
please-
over to the
please
next
go and make a
show.
donation.
Come and join us. You can be part of the show if you want to. We need volunteers.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, this is Adam Hodgkins. So I thought I was going to do a final roll call. I
That's good
missed
night,
the other
Brian.
one. That was not the hook, Adam. I'm sorry. I interrupted you, and I'd like we're playing the music out, while you're talking. I apologize for that.
That's okay. There we go.
Anyway, so yes, Adam, what Adam was saying was all absolutely valid, and who's
and usually
yes, who's this? That's Morganico, who's a very enigmatic member of the collective.
Hi. Good evening, everyone.
There he is, the enigma himself.
What is this? We don't know.
Look into my eyes.
Okay, so as you can see, Morgan is a very much valued member of the team.
Without him,
no, Morgan was actually asking a lot of the questions tonight, which was very good.
That's what I'm here for. Yeah.
And where's Matt?
Yeah.
There we
he's
are.
there. He's spotlit.
I see you now.
Shaking my ass. Shaking
Yes.
my ass.
Thank you for running the Zoom room tonight, Matt. And you will be you'll be programming and emceeing for December 4th at the Cinema Museum.
Yay! Get my high heel sneakers on.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, we'll be running interference and
Clashing with Ronald.
Well, come on, they're lovely. Cinema Museum. Let's not say anything
That's right.
live over YouTube.
I think it's worth repeating that we're going to be back at the Cinema Museum in Elephant and Castle in London.
I'm gonna stop the stream, guys, because it's getting
Okay.
slightly out of hand here.
All right.
I'm gonna end the stream. So
We'll see you next
Good night,
time.
everyone. Good
Good
night,
night,
everyone.
good night.
This
everyone.
was all
Well
of
done.
us exploding
Well done.
cinema. Let's say goodnight to all of them.